Hello, friend. This is Jimmy from Can Have an Immigration Canada. We're live again to answer your immigration related questions. So, welcome back to all of you who are going to join us, and we'll be able to answer your immigration related questions here. If you have a general question regarding any inquiry about the new immigration laws, the new updates, we'll go through that. And just make sure you make your questions general, not the case specific. So sometime it take a little bit extra time to go through all those processes to answer the case specific related queries, but I'll try my best. So you guys can start typing your questions if you have any. Otherwise, we'll start with the updates for last couple of weeks. So as you guys all know, right, Express Entry is coming back with their regular draws in line. So federal skilled worker draws and federal uh, Canadian experience class draws, all of them trade skilled worker draws are coming back into express entry starting month of July. Hopefully in second week we're expecting the first draw will be, and as of now because of the major inventory in line, so we're expecting the front few draws, the first few draws might have been coming up with a heavy score. Like the CS score might not be that low, but in few draws we might see certain drop in the score, but you never know. But as per the information from the immigration ministry itself, last couple of weeks they are saying that the draws, the number of invitations are not going to be that much heavy. So they'll be it'll be between like 3,000 to 5,000 invitations per draw as of now, so that we can expect that it's not going to be very heavy. But in coming months, coming future months, like maybe going into September, October, we could see major changes in all of those and can get to number of big draws. Possibility for the students who are here already on work permit, postgrad work permit, the CEC draws might be bigger one. As we've seen in 2020, 2021, some of those draws were like 27, 28,000 invitations in one draw. So those could be happening. The blanket draws could also be happening in certain categories. And as you guys all know, these draws, they are saying it'll be going to be case specific draws from now onwards. So if you are in a particular category that is in demand as of now, so mostly we can see those draws coming out pretty soon. So like as of now, healthcare workers are in demand, nurses, pharmacists, physiotherapists, accounting degrees are in demand, IT professional, especially in the cloud server, people who have the degree and experience in those areas will be in more demand. And you guys also know the tier system is also going to replace the current NOC system in fall of this year. So that tier system will be pretty straightforward. If you have job classification in one of the tiers, and you should have a particular number of hours that for you to be qualified. Otherwise, you won't be even qualified in that tier. So then you have to go to a lower tier, right? So that will be the biggest change we're expecting, and how it will impact the candidates. Now it will now at this moment it's a general one. Anybody can come up to like, oh, I have a 1 year experience, 2 year, 3 year, right? So that's going to be changing. Tier zero will be all the management occupations, high skilled categories, as we have seen in NOC zero. So those will be going into tier zero. So it'll be tier zero, one, two, three, four, five. So, but the good thing is in the coming express entry, even some of the lower skill occupations are also being added. I have explained in my last video that there are 12 or 13 different occupations that have been added into the new draws that are going to take place starting in month of July of this year for the express entry. So if you guys haven't updated your profile or you are low on your I'll score. I suggest like you guys go ahead and update your profile in Express Entry if you have a new degree or have a recent experience that you have joined another company, or you guys have finished some more jobs or finish any diploma or certificate in your field, or have updated IELTS score. Just go ahead. If you got married and your spouse has a degree or a master's degree and they have a good IELTS score, just update that one. That will help you in a big time to get into all of those. So then your chances might go up. And as you guys all know, at this moment, most of the provinces are also looking from outside the box and trying to get more and more qualified and skilled candidates into the particular province. So almost all the PNPs are open at this moment, and they are getting invitations or inviting people through their particular draws. But if you are in the process of applying for express entry, make sure you do your due diligence or do your homework before you guys are selecting any of those province. So in that way it will help you to get the invitations in a quicker way. So that was one of the update on express entry. And uh, PNP draws that has had been held last week or so. That was one of the largest PNP draw since March of this year. So that was another update. Advertising requirement for Canadian employer for applying for LMIE has been updated. There is a little bit of update on that one. So any employer who want to hire someone or a skilled category candidate from outside Canada, you guys all know they have to advertise the job here in Canada for 30 days minimum. And what are those platforms where they have to apply? There's a little bit tweak here and there, but the general rule of thumb is still the same. You have to have 30 days of the requirement for your job. You should have put your job advertisement for 30 days, and then after that, employer can submit the application for an LMI. As of now, the work permit files have been backlogged pretty badly in most of the countries. So they are like 50 to 60 weeks, somewhere there. That's what they are taking. After you are done, after your complete application have been submitted, like you have submitted your application, you get a call for biometrics. You go there, you get your biometrics done, and after that, the file has been considered as a complete. If you haven't submit your medical, then they will give you another 2 months to submit your medicals, and they will wait for it. And again, this is how the file got delayed and delayed. So make sure when you're submitting your application first time, submit it completely, and from there you guys can get that the time frame for the processing can be lowered for you guys, right? Asila, we have a comment. Hello, sir. So, yeah, you guys can type your questions here. Please write your complete question in one message. So, it'll be easier for us to understand your complete question. Then we can help you with the answer. Yeah, if you can type your complete question, Asila. Yeah, I got your two messages that you are 15-year experience with the graphic designer. So yeah, let me know what you want to ask, right? So yeah, you guys can continue typing your questions, so I'll be able to read them and then I'll be able to answer one by one. So another good news for all the parents and grandparents who want to come to Canada on the super visa to meet their families here and want to stay with their families. Earlier, the stay was given for parents and grandparents under super visa category for 2 years. Now it has been increased to 5 years. So your parents and grandparents can live with you for 5 years in a single entry when they come to Canada on a super visa. Again, right, you have to fulfill certain conditions for super visa. If you fulfill all of them and they got the super visa, so then definitely they'll get 5 year one time entry, and it can also be extended while they're staying here. So but make sure you have the insurance, you have the minimum income, support income for supporting that application for your parents and grandparents, and they're good to go for 5 years now. This has been just updated last week, and now uh, candidates can go and apply for their families to stay longer with them. Another update that has been coming from Quebec. This is not a very good news for any of the students, and some of the private Quebec colleges graduates are no longer eligible for postgraduate work permits starting September 2023. If you are studying at a private college in Quebec, you will no longer be eligible for postgrad work permit application. And so that has been Quebec has already also been always there has been problem with some of those private colleges. So then you guys need to make your due diligence when you're going to Quebec. So make sure that if that has been the problem with you guys, or you guys are planning to come to Canada in Quebec, make sure your agent or the consultant who you are going through, they have the full knowledge about the college eligibility, whether they are eligible or they are not. So you can also refer to canada.ca for further list of the colleges which has been there. So don't waste your time and money if you wanted to come to Canada just for purely for the work permit basis or for getting a permanent residence. And if you're not able to get the postgrad work permit, then you won't be able to go ahead with your PR application for most of the cases that we have been seeing. Another question is from Nitish. What's the processing time for closed work permit? So, as I have mentioned the same thing in this call earlier, closed work permit are taking roughly at least a year or so, and but again it depends upon when your file was completed. So you can check on canada.ca about which country you are from and what is the processing time for the same country where you have applied your work permit. So most of the South Asian countries at this moment are going a year plus after you have submitted your complete application. Yeah, again, as I was mentioning before in this call, right, the medical, once they send you a medical, they have to wait again for at least couple of months. They give you time, then they wait for the doctor to submit it, and after that they will wait few more days to open your file. So as I suggest all our clients, you just send your complete application in one go. Medicals can be submitted at the start of the work permit application. You guys don't need to wait for the embassy to send you a letter. If you have done a pre-medical, that's good enough for them. It's valid for 12 months. So they, once the visa officer will open your file, or they have everything, they can make the decision right away, right then. But I've seen like this is a trend in some of the countries, right? So you guys will wait for all those documents to be called. So don't wait for anything, right? Just submit it, your complete application right there and then, so you can get your results pretty quick. Asif Memon, hi sir. So you can, yeah, write your questions in the chat, so I'll be able to answer in the order I'll receive it and the best of my knowledge. So as I was going for the Quebec uh, journey and the new update for some of those private colleges, so they are not eligible. So you guys can check on canada.ca if you are coming to Quebec under certain colleges, and if they are not eligible, you probably need to change your institution to get postgrad work permit, and then you'll be able to go to some other province and get your then you will be eligible for postgrad work permit. But as of now, if you go stay only in Quebec and if you're one of those colleges, so you won't be able after 2023, you won't be able to get postgrad work permit and not be able to submit your permanent residence application. Nishit, is it easy to get PR after working there on close? Yes, it is easy, but it's on case by case basis, right? So it depends upon what kind of work permit you have, what is your knock code, what kind of experience before you have it in your own country, how many, what is will be your IELTS score, and all those other factors, right? So PR is easy in any case, right? It depends upon whether you qualify for not, right? Every application is a different application. We cannot just give a general blanket to anyone. But yes, definitely, if you qualify for anything, that's really easy, right? This is the simple answer I can give you. FIT Ratan, good evening, sir. Good evening. I am from Kuwait. My question is, may I apply LMIA open work permit? Sir, LMIA is always a closed work permit, first of all. So you cannot apply LMIA open work permit. But for any work permit, you do not require IELTS. There are only certain categories in healthcare field where you require to give IELTS even for work permit applications. Other than that, no category in work permit require any IELTS. You can apply work permit application without IELTS, and there is no problem with that. But again, LMIA is always a close work permit. You can only work for the same employer. You cannot like change your employer. That's the definition of a close work permit. You can only work for one employer. Yes, you guys can, yeah, type your questions if you have any other, or I'll start continuing with more updates. There has been, and another, if we look at the facilitated LMIA process list from the province of Quebec, they have added dozens of other jobs to 2022 facilitated LMIA processing list. This one is a little bit a faster process when we talk about the facilitated LMIA. And every year, the government of Quebec or the Ministry of Immigration in Quebec, they always change the no codes or the job categories they will be accepting under the facilitated LMIA process list. So, you are if your employer is from Quebec and they are want to apply your case under facilitated LMIA process for Quebec, yes, definitely you guys are there are more wider list as of now for you to get the LMIA done, and will be more qualified candidates will be able to get the facilitated LMIA done through their employer. And facilitated LMIA process is a faster process as compared to the other provinces in Canada. Divana, is there be any specific peer program for international student? Yeah, the CEC is mostly for international student when they get certain amount of Canadian work experience after they are in Canada on their postgrad work permit. And this is specifically, mainly this program is for like international student. But yeah, definitely there are other categories for where international students can get permanent residence. But yeah, that's not a big deal. International student, there are so many categories. If they follow the right path from the day one, I'm not saying like if you have international student get a 2 year work permit and like and in the last 2 months then they will be scrambling here and there, now I have to apply for permanent residence, then it'll be very hard for them, and most of the cases they won't be able to get a PR. But since the day they will get the permanent residence, if they know which path they have to go, if they have a proper guidance from the consultant or a lawyer, definitely they can go into the same category, and PR is not a problem under any category. So that's what our country does. We are in the business of immigration since 2013, and that's what Can Have an Immigration does for all of their candidates. We guide them properly and we help them with their paperwork. So Naseed, sir, any chances of getting our work visa approved for our close work is 100%? Is it 100% we have to wait for 40 weeks or can it be approved by uh, 40 weeks is a general, yes. So I think as of now, what we are looking at from our past experience, a year and a half, so definitely you will be waiting for 40 weeks or even more some categories. So I don't know whether your LMI is GTA, a general like the Global Talent Stream, GTS stream, or International Mobility Program is any one of those ones. So 100% there is no 100% guarantee in any application for permanent residence or a temporary residence visas, whether it's a work permit, student visa, or even for a visitor visa, right? So there is no guarantee for any cases. It all depends upon your documentation. So if your documentation is 100%, your file is complete, I never see any rejection on basis of that. Only like medical, police clearance, there are been rejection I have seen lot of times. So or in the misrepresentation that if you have applied earlier, you have said something else on your application, and after a few months you send it another application under LMIA and you said something else, definitely you will be misrepresenting your file and definitely you'll get blocked. You can get like a ban for 5 to 10 year or for lifetime for doing those kind of silly mistakes. A lot of people does that, so they don't know, right? Sometimes they say, oh, we can change it. Yeah, you can change it with an explanation why you are going to change it now, but most of the time it's always really hard for changing, and then you're pacifying your visa officer, why did you change it? But for any application there is never 100% guarantee for any visa application to be approved. Could you please explain what's the difference between LMIA or category LMIA plus or category and normal LMIA? I never seen this question. LMIA plus or LMIA positive or category. Can you explain, please highlight what do you want to explain? Right, normal LMIA or LMIA positive or, so if you can just explain your question a little bit, then I'll be able to better judge and can answer that in a better way. Karthik, what's the timeline for ICT with the LMIA exempt? My employer submitted my May 11. I completed biometrics. Yeah, again, right? Again, check on your country of origin and where you have submitted your application. It's given on canada.ca. So just go over there and check for your processing time. Everything is over there. Yeah. Difference between LMIA plus peer category and LMI category. It's all depends upon your app. The main difference is that your employer is submitting and also supporting your peer application after your LMIA, and or LMIA, simple LMIA are just mainly the low skill categories, and the low wage category are called the normal LMIA category. So again, those differences between your skill categories plus the wage difference, that's the only difference between these two applications. But majority of the time frame for approval of LMIA in both those cases are the same. Are you doing skill migration? Yes, we do all kind of immigration application, and we're a fully licensed immigration firm with this CCIC now, and normally known as ICCRC before. So all our consultants are member of CCIC and in a good standing from last 9, 10 years now. So Asim, and I recently got a positive LMIA, and I'm right now in Dubai. Will travel to Tanzania for work permit application. Yeah, you can submit it from any country and check the processing time from there. My travel history will affect my work permit application. No, there shouldn't be any problem with the with your travel history for your work permit application. Is it possible LMIA within 2 months and I visited and consulted? They said 100% we can send you within 6 months, and even I don't have high school degree, but I have 6 year experience in hotel line. Yeah, LMI can be approved in 2 months. That's not a problem. The only problem is if you are outside of Canada, that's the work permit. How quickly you don't need to like blindly follow any consultant, right? Do your homework, go to canada.ca and check the processing time over there. Then you will be able to see how much time is currently taking from your country to process the work permit application. So don't even trust anybody. Go, it's a simple thing. Go on canada.ca and you can check the processing time. Yes, you can come to Canada on whether you are a 10th grade, 8th grade, 12th grade, master's, bachelor's degree on work permit. But don't get so excited that you'll also get a PR after that. So majority, 99% of the categories here in Canada at this moment are do require at least 12th grade for you to apply for permanent residence. So make sure you fulfill all those conditions to be PR, right? And have proper guidance from consultant. Yeah, we do our paid guidance and paid consultation for anybody who want to go with us, and we can guide you properly in. But it's again, right, case to case basis. Then we can give you proper advice whether you will be qualified for permanent residence application after your work permit or no. So again, for this 6 months, it depends upon which country you are and from where you want to apply for it. Yes, some country processing time is really slow, and but yeah, some countries it's really backlog over there. So you need to double check yourself. Don't trust anybody. Divana, can we expect special peer program for international student in July? No, there is nothing coming as of now. In July, we are only expecting express entry and CEC draws. They are coming. As I mentioned before, CEC always tied with the international students, but don't expect any special program as they did it in last year or so. Uh, what are chances of visa approval of getting LMI? As I told you, right, there shouldn't be any problem as long as your application is 100% anything. Venkatesh, I applied for closed work permit. My merit is done for November, but I'm still waiting for. Yeah, it's taking, if you are from India, it's taking at least 55, 56 weeks, sir. Asila, I will contact you by email. I'm looking for graphic designer job opportunity. Yeah, you can send your resume. If we'll come across with anything like that, we'll definitely contact you. Yeah. Could you please tell the timeline for LMI work permits? As of now, I am CAC processing time. They mentioned 40 weeks from India. Yeah, so that's the same thing. Yeah. Any consultation fee is there? Yes, we do charge fees if you just want a consultation. And yes, we are for-profit company. We're not a non-profit organization. So if any application, any consultancy, definitely we charge processing fees for that. Yeah. Any other question you guys have it? Just type it in there and I'll check if there are any more um, updates for now. Yes, definitely. Canada has already also been starting a new program that will be available, I hope so, in another 5 to 6 months for internationally educated health professionals. So in that one, there will be majority of the cases will be for healthcare workers plus nurses, LPN, licensed practical nurses, and registered nurses, doctors, medical professionals, paramedics, pharmacists will be in there. So they are planning to start another pilot program where they can support um, the applications for health care support work. As of now, we are having a big shortage here in Canada in healthcare sectors, and majority of those categories are not being filled here in Canada with the workforce. We have it, and the international students coming. Majority of international students are not going in those directions because those are like very time consuming and intense courses, and majority of the international students just come for the permanent residence here. They're just going for 6 8 months, 1 year, 2 year courses, and they won't qualify for those jobs. But if you look in healthcare sector as of now, the jobs are tremendous, pay is really nice, benefits are really good. So again, you just need to be qualified under those categories. You fulfill all those conditions, and definitely you'll be able to get something out of it. Processing time for TRV application, yeah, if, well, you have to check Canada.ca because it's changing almost every second or third day. The time frame has been changed, and again depends upon your country of origin where you have submitted your application. Majority of them like between 4 to 6 months, but I'm not 100% which country you're from, and you have to check. Please check it for uh, on Canada.ca under the processing time checklist, and you'll be able to see your country over there, and that has they will be updating it, as I mentioned, every 2 to 3 days. You will see new updates over there for all categories of application they have been processing. So these were a few of the updates we have got it in last few weeks or so under the Canadian immigration process. I'll be also be putting some more videos, updated videos on our YouTube channel. You guys can subscribe over there, and I have given our contact us information starting of this video on top with the email, phone number, and everything is there. So you guys can contact us, and if you need uh, processing help, we can process your applications. Definitely there are some of the consultations we do. Yes, we will be able to help you with that one, guide you the right path from day one. Yes, we are in the business of immigration since 2013, and we have almost done every kind of applications since we have started since 2013, and our consultants are member of CCIC and formerly known as ICCRC. So, yeah, definitely we can help you with that. There are a few more questions, and we'll be able to take that. I'm a hotelier. What is difference between closed work and open work is possible to get from uh, open work permit is like you can work for any employer, but there are conditions who can. Not everybody is not eligible for open work permit. Closed work permit is that you will be able to work for only one employer, or until and unless you change your LMIA again, then you can go to other uh, employer, right? Yes, definitely. After 1 year, if you have enough points or your application is strong, most of the candidates are eligible for permanent residence after 1 year. Yes, definitely. Another one, I'm in Kuwait now. I want process for work permit Canada for barista, or possible for work permit for my. Yeah, these jobs come from time to time. I had few of those jobs available last couple of months, over 6 or 7. So at this moment I don't have any. So if you can send your resume, and once we'll have any opening, we contact the database, we have it. Yeah. uh, yeah, just check it, Vishwanath Meka. You can check it on Canada.ca. So yeah, definitely you'll be able to find the right processing time over there, sir. So I'd like to thank all of you who join us today, and we'll be in touch hopefully next week or sometime. I'll be back. So whenever I get some time, half an hour, I come back on YouTube and make our live videos here to interact with you guys. So thank you very much, and I hope you guys got some information and some of your questions got clarified today. Thank you. We'll see you next time.